20 years have elapsed since the departure of record-setting point guard Sam Logic, signaling a new chapter for the team. 5 years ago, Megan Gustafson, the Naismith winner and Associated Press Player of the Year, departed, soon to be followed by Kathleen Doyle, the Big Ten Player of the Year, in the subsequent season. This latest installment in the series is unmatched. Caitlin Clark, a graduating generational talent and the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history, marks the onset of a new era. Kate Martin and Gabby Marshall, two starters who have been teammates for 4 years and participated in 2 national championship games, have officially concluded their collegiate careers. After 24 successful seasons, Lisa Bluder, the most successful coach in Iowa's history, has announced her retirement. First-year head coach Jan Jensen, a longtime assistant for the Hawkeyes, has indicated that the team is undergoing a rebuilding phase. Despite beginning the season unranked in the Associated Press Top 25 poll, Iowa will depend on junior forward Hannah Stulk, the sole returning starter, and senior guard Sydney Affolter, who performed exceptionally in a starting role during the postseason. 8 returning players contributed to 48% of Iowa's playing time contributed to 35% of its scoring offense in the previous season. The team welcomes 5 freshmen from Iowa's highly ranked recruiting class, along with standout transfer point guard Lucy Olson, who faces the challenge of filling Clark's role. Jensen's 24 years of experience as an assistant on Bluder's Iowa staff will facilitate a seamless transition in leadership. As a senior at Drake, the Iowa native played under Bluder before moving into an assistant coaching position. There will be no major changes, rather, the emphasis will remain on the successful elements of the program, with minor adjustments made as necessary. The formula that has led us to this point has proven to be quite effective, Jensen stated at Media Day. The foundation of success, in my opinion, has always been and will remain focused on individuals. We have had the privilege of collaborating with outstanding coaches. We have effectively attracted and retained outstanding talent to our team. Jensen and Bluder reached a significant milestone by competing in 18 NCAA tournaments and making history in the Big Ten Conference with consecutive appearances in national championship games. In 2023, the program made its first appearance in the championship game and achieved its second Final Four qualification since 1993. The main character in these narratives is Clark, a 2-time Consensus Player of the Year who led Division I in scoring for 3 of her 4 seasons. The recently named WNBA Rookie of the Year averaged an impressive 31.6 points per game, representing 34% of Iowa's offense, totaling 91 points per game. Additionally, she documented 7.4 rebounds and a career high of 8.9 assists. During the game, Clark accomplished an extraordinary achievement by breaking the DI women's scoring record. She played a crucial role in Iowa's overall score of 106 points, contributing to 79 points either by scoring or assisting, which accounts for 74%, 5% of the team's total points. Her performance was genuinely outstanding. Olson acknowledged the contributions of the team's newest point guard, noting that fans should not expect her to make half-court shots. Jensen highlighted that acquiring Olson, a 3-year starter from Villanova, represented a major gain in the transfer portal. During her junior year last season, she achieved an average of 23.3 points per game, placing 3rd in Division I, behind Clark and USC's Juju Watkins, 27.1 ppg, against whom Iowa is scheduled to compete in the Big Ten. Olson's playing style primarily emphasizes mid-range shooting rather than long-range attempts from beyond the 3-point line. She is resourceful, although her skills do not encompass executing full-court football passes during transitions. She gained valuable experience by competing against formidable teams such as UConn and Big Ten opponents Illinois, scoring 22 points with 6 rebounds and 5 assists, and Penn State, scoring 21 points, shooting 3 to 5 from 3-point range, with 6 rebounds and 6 assists, last season. Initially, she dedicated herself to Bluder, earning recognition as an Associated Press All-American honorable mention. After witnessing the returning player's choice to continue playing for Jensen following the coaching announcement, she decided to remain and join the team as well. Adapting to life without Clark entails more than mere readjustment. During the Clark era, a committed team collaborated to establish a formidable presence in the market. However, the essential components that previously offered vital support are now missing. Martin, acknowledged as Iowa's glue player, demonstrated versatility in multiple roles before being unexpectedly selected in the WNBA draft by the Las Vegas Aces. Marshall, recognized for his precise shooting and ability to extend the floor, has completed 5 seasons of eligibility and is currently pursuing a master's degree. Molly Davis, a key transfer at point guard, and Sharon Goodman, the principal bench player, have both left the team. Style acts as the bridge between the two positions. The 6'2" junior forward stands out as a rim runner, evidenced by her exceptional achievement of scoring a record 47 points at Carver Hawkeye Arena during Clark's record-breaking game. She maintained an average of 14 points and 6 rebounds and 1. She averaged 2 assists per game and earned the distinction of second-team All-Big Ten in her sophomore year. Jensen declared her intention to include exterior images in her collection. Affolter, who substituted for Davis during the playoffs and earned recognition on the Big Ten All-Tournament team as well as the Albany II All-Regional team, will play a vital leadership role. After undergoing knee surgery in the offseason, she returned in the second game of Iowa's season. Addison O'Grady, a 6'4" senior center who has remained low on the depth chart during her 3-year career, is now expected to enhance her performance. She showcased her abilities with a perfect 9-for-9 performance against Virginia Tech last Sunday. In the backcourt, several options are available, including redshirt senior Kylie Feuerbach, junior Taylor McCabe, freshman Tegan Maligney, and freshman Taylor Stremlow. Jensen highlighted the necessity of utilizing the depth judiciously, as swiftly replacing a substantial amount of offensive firepower will be difficult. Jensen, an offensive-focused coach with a background in 6-on-6 basketball, evaluated the team's capabilities. After evaluating our personnel, we believe that this team has the potential to become one of our strongest defensive units in recent years, Jensen stated following a 71-50 victory in the Ally tip-off against Virginia Tech. Given the considerable decline in our offense regarding points, shooting percentage, and field goals, I aim to establish a counter strategy. Last night's game showcased the effectiveness of this approach. Iowa excelled in high-scoring shootouts to achieve victories last season, with defensive stop serving as a secondary priority rather than a primary strength. According to her hoop stats, the team has maintained a position in the 40th percentile for defensive rating over the past 3 years. Jensen and the players have conveyed confidence in their capacity to enhance their performance in this area. We acknowledge the scoring gaps from prior years that require attention. We may no longer have anyone shooting from the logo, unfortunately, said Affolter during a recent press conference. Improving our defensive strategies is essential for our success. We are maintaining our philosophy from last year while implementing some adjustments to enhance our zone defense. The Hawkeyes are adapting to the absence of their star player while also preparing to take on a new generation of exceptional talent. Watkins, the current recipient of the esteemed Ann Myers Drysdale Award for the nation's top shooting guard, now presents a significant challenge within his conference after USC's move to the Big Ten. USC and UCLA are leading candidates for conference championship and are regarded as potential Final Four contenders. The addition of former Pac-12 powerhouses Washington and Oregon has established the Big Ten as the preeminent and most competitive women's basketball conference in the country. According to Jensen, this has merely contributed to the overall enhancement of the conference's skill level. Indeed, it presents greater challenges. However, that is what distinguishes you. Indiana Fever standout Caitlin Clark has quickly established herself as a prominent presence in the realm of basketball. She has inspired countless young girls, from her early days as a standout talent at Iowa to her current position as one of the top stars in the WNBA. During a recent panel discussion at the LPGA's Women's Leadership Summit, Clark was inquired about the influence of her platform and her capacity to inspire young people. She remarked, "I observe the young girls at our games, cheering and brimming with joy. When you approach them, they become emotional and shed tears of joy. It is heartwarming, and I can empathize with their circumstances. Years ago, I often begged my parents to take me to different sporting events. I voiced my eagerness to meet the players with an enthusiastic shout. Due to its substantial effect, I aim to replicate their success," Clark stated. "This is the motivation for my involvement in the game, rather than the results or accomplishments." Clark highlighted the significance of spreading joy and encouraging young girls to follow their aspirations in the future. Clark is a 22-year-old. Her popularity has increased significantly in recent years due to her emphasis on women's basketball. She recently found herself in a situation akin to the dedicated fans who gather at Gainbridge Fieldhouse to support the Fever team, proudly wearing her jersey number 22. She stressed that she truly values her role as an inspiration for young girls. At the age of 22, Annika Sorenstam was concluding her remarkable college career at the University of Arizona. She was on the cusp of turning professional and beginning a distinguished journey that resulted in 97 professional victories and 10 LPGA major championships. Currently, Sorenstam is participating in the Annika Women's Leadership Summit, where she is engaged in a discussion with the impressive 22-year-old Caitlin Clark. Despite their diverse sports backgrounds, these two athletes are pioneers in women's athletics, serving as exemplary sources of inspiration. In 2024, Clark has established herself as a prominent figure across the nation, guiding Iowa to another NCAA runner-up finish, being selected as the first overall pick by the Indiana Fver, and enjoying a remarkable rookie season in the WNBA. She has smoothly transitioned into the realm of professional sports, excelling as both a top scorer and a proficient playmaker. In her inaugural season, Clark made history in the WNBA by establishing a new record for the most assists in a single game, 19, achieving the first-ever triple-double by a rookie, and being honored as the WNBA Rookie of the Year. The connection between Clark and Sorenstam extends beyond their remarkable achievements. It is their mutual determination and passion that fundamentally unite them. Neither athlete sought to become an icon. Their main objective was to excel in their personal endeavors. Clark reflected on her journey, exploring various sports such as golf before ultimately selecting basketball in high school. I highlighted the significance of practice, which I believe set my approach apart. I committed myself to self-improvement, diligently refining my skills, while other sports served mainly for recreational enjoyment with friends. However, it was basketball that genuinely ignited her competitive spirit and resolve to succeed. The primary factors that enhanced my performance were my dedication to practice and my commitment to self-improvement. It was not just about participation, it was about pushing myself to enhance my skills. That is what gave me true pleasure, she expressed. Meanwhile, Sorenstam engaged in various sports in Sweden, such as skiing and tennis, before discovering her true passion for golf. Her interest in the complexities and challenges of golf arises from her recognition of the various factors that contribute to success on the course. I embrace the challenge of enhancing my driving, iron shots, and putting. Sorenstam remarked that it aids in maintaining her focus. In her early years, the tranquil atmosphere of golf captivated her. Despite their achievements, both athletes demonstrate humility. While Clark plays golf with the goal of scoring below 100, Sorenstam admits that she was not proficient at making three-pointers in basketball. Their humility allows them to remain grounded in their roots while successfully navigating the spotlight. Life has experienced substantial changes, however, I remain dedicated to maintaining the authentic individual I was when I first arrived on campus. It's nearly unbelievable, yet I make an effort to appreciate each moment, Clark stated. Furthermore, both Clark and Sorenstam draw inspiration from the next generation of female athletes they meet at events, recognizing the considerable impact they can have on the future of sports. Many women transition from athletics to significant corporate roles, and while their influence on us is frequently acknowledged, they equally inspire us in return, Sorenstam stated. This is the reason we persist in our competition. It is not solely about winning, it is about inspiring joy in others and serving as a role model for young girls with aspirations. Although she retired from competitive golf 16 years ago, Sorenstam remains a significant influence in the sport, driven by a sense of purpose that inspires her passion. The prospect of beginning the day without a defined objective fills me with apprehension. What distinguishes these exceptional talents is not only their abilities, but also how they apply those talents and the choices they make throughout their journey. Caitlin is embarking on her journey into the world of golf. Sorenstam stated that she has reached a pivotal moment in her career, having just teed off. Given Sorenstam's extraordinary achievements by the age of 22, it is truly noteworthy to consider the promising future of the young and talented Clark, particularly during a period of substantial growth in women's sports. Envision the pioneering trajectory she will establish for future generations of female athletes over the next 30 years. Indiana Fver standout Caitlin Clark is scheduled to participate in another Golf Pro-Am event this Wednesday. Former Iowa standout Caitlin Clark is shifting from the basketball court to the golf course, where she aims to showcase her abilities alongside professional golfers. The Golf Channel is keen to highlight her as a rising star, acknowledging the potential benefits for the channel's visibility. Having an athlete of Caitlin Clark's caliber join our sport is advantageous for all, said Tom Knapp, NBC Sports Executive Vice President of Golf, during a recent discussion. The WNBA Rookie of the Year will showcase her golfing abilities alongside elite players in the 18-hole Pro-Am event, the Annika, at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida, highlighting the challenges of the sport. Clark, who has been developing her golf skills since the age of 6, will team up with the current world #1 player. Nelly Korda will play the first 9 holes alone before partnering with tournament host and 10-time LPGA champion Annika Sorenstam for the back 9. Clark is participating in the event due to her endorsement agreement with Gainbridge, an insurtech company based in Indiana and a tournament sponsor. Gainbridge holds the naming rights for the home venue of the Indiana Pacers and Fver, referred to as Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Clark has prior experience participating in professional golf tournaments. During the previous summer, she participated in the John Deere Pro-Am, where she had the chance to play with Zach Johnson, a two-time major champion and fellow Iowa native. She will reflect on the positive experience of signing autographs for fans throughout all 18 holes of a Pro-Am event. This represents a unique expansion of coverage and programming by Golf Channel for this event, with the anticipation of higher ratings during the weekday time slot. Although the network has established initial viewership forecasts, Knapp highlights that the costs associated with expanding coverage are largely influenced by long-term strategy rather than immediate benefits. The network's emphasis on the LPGA, a women's sports entity positioned to leverage the growing momentum in women's sports, highlights its commitment to future growth. Our decision to allocate resources to this venture was not predicated on the expectation of immediate returns of